What's up, Banger Squad? It's your boy Janka, bring y'all back at again with another reaction video. So I'm going to be reacting to Looper's pre-release guide to Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City. If you haven't noticed, the movie comes out November 24th. I cannot wait. There's like 4 to 5 different trailers out, as well as different vignettes for each character. You need to check out all of them. I think the latest trailer was like the vignette for the production or whatever, and also the Nightmare trailer, which is I believe the Nightmare trailer should have been the first trailer, because I did not like the song of the first trailer, but I do like the Nightmare trailer and the international trailer / Malaysia trailer, however you want to watch it. And there is a French trailer out as well that has a couple new scenes. So go on Twitter and check that out, because I don't think it's on YouTube at all. But yeah, it's the Welcome to Raccoon City French trailer. If you want to check out some more scenes with Birkin and Leon and things like that. So, but without further ado, let's get into this thing, man, because I'm super pumped about this movie. I mean, my expectations are low because it's Resident Evil. It looks like a B movie, but as long as it does better than the Paul W.S. Anderson movies, that's a win for me right there. Yeah, not everything is going to be a 1-for-1, adaptation from the games to the movie, and I don't want it to be a 1-for-1 because I don't want to already know what everything is going to take place, and I don't want to know exactly what's going to happen for every little detail, because at that point it's going to make it boring. So without further ado, let's check this out.
Audiences are headed back to Raccoon City, and this time it'll be on the big screen. The original Resident Evil video game has spawned an interactive empire of nearly 30 entries if you add up everything in its main series, along with the spin-offs and remakes. This original movie adaptation sprouted its own long legacy, including 6 total films released between the 2002 original and 2017's Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
And I think the highest rated one out of all those movies was probably the first one, and then Apocalypse. They score like 60% or something on Rotten Tomatoes, but overall they all sucked, especially with the critics. They all sucked. They had Alice in there, like Alice in Wonderland type of ordeal. Mila Jovovich, she may be a decent actress, but she was not right to be playing in Resident Evil. They pretty much had her like playing a role, and then they just slapped the Resident Evil name on there just to make some money. And her husband was the director or whatever. So it's kind of, that's what I got from that.
Each starring Mila Jovovich, and each trying to one-up its predecessors and finding crazier ways to kill off characters. Earlier this year, Netflix released an animated series, Resident Evil: Infinite Darkness, and the streaming service is also releasing a live-action
Infinite Darkness sucked. Just to let y'all know, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness sucked.
Resident Evil series starring Lance Reddick sometime in the near future. On the big screen, the franchise is going back to the beginning, rebooting itself on screen in the upcoming Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. Writer-director Johannes Roberts promised IGN this new entry will take Resident Evil back to its creepy, lo-fi roots, with dark hallways, jump scares, and maybe even some unstoppable killers bursting through the walls. Here's what we know so far. The film is currently scheduled to be released on November 24th, 2021, a few months later than originally planned thanks to the pandemic. But that also puts the film well clear of October's traditional influx of horror fare, leaving that particular lane empty for Resident Evil. Unless Ghostbusters Afterlife, which comes out the week before, has a lot more scares than the mini marshmallow men we've already seen. In keeping with its reboot timeline, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City will also see a host of new faces taking on some of the classic characters from the game and film series. First and foremost will be actress Kaya Scodelario, taking on the role of series heroine Claire Redfield.
So Kaya, she's played in Crawl. If you have not seen the movie Crawl, that is a fantastic And I repeat, fantastic movie. I remember seeing that with my dad or whatever on his TV or whatnot. But she played that very, very well. I wish I saw it in theaters, but I didn't really know too much about it until my dad told me about it. And when I saw it, that thing was great. And it scored well on Rotten Tomatoes too. And she's been in a couple other films. I think she was in like one of the Pirates of the Caribbeans and some other like Skins or some other movies. But I really am looking forward to seeing how she is going to play Claire fully in this movie. So I just can't wait.
Scodelario is best known for her work on the UK television show Skins, as well as the 2011 adaptation of Wuthering Heights, the Maze Runner series, and Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales. Where Claire goes, her brother Chris cannot be far behind. The older Redfield sibling will be played by Robbie Amell, who appeared in films The Duff and The Babysitter, as well as TV shows like The Tomorrow People, Upload, and The Flash, where he played Firestorm. Hannah John Kamen, best known as Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp, will play Chris's partner Jill Valentine. Tom Hopper of Black Sails, Game of Thrones, and Umbrella Academy fame will play series villain Albert Wesker. Rounding out the cast are Donald Logue, Neil McDonough, Lily Gao, and Avan Jogia, whose casting as Leon Kennedy proved controversial to some fans. As fans might guess from the cast of characters, it seems the new film will draw mostly from the first two games in the franchise, Resident Evil and Resident Evil 2. An IGN report indicates that its locations will primarily be the Spencer Mansion featured in the first game and the Raccoon City Police Department from the second. The film is also reported.
I know a lot of people have said, or they're a little skeptical about them combining the first and second game into one movie. I mean, there's pros and cons whether you combine them together or if you do one and then expecting a sequel for the other. I digged into why the director did it this way, and I'm right on board with it. But I mean, at the end of the day, like people are gonna always say, "Oh, you got two games, you're trying to shove it into a 2-hour movie." To be honest, though, each game can take about from 3 to 6 hours to even play the game. So at the end of the day, you can say like, "Oh, you're taking this 3-hour game or 4-hour game or whatever, you're making it a 2-hour movie or whatever." And like a lot of in the game, what makes it so long is you reading through files and looking at everything. There's only so much of that you can put into a movie to where it gets boring and dull. So they probably combine it. I mean, they combine both of them so that way they can have more material to cover. And people want to look at Chris, Leon, and Claire and Jill and all these characters like from the start, to be honest, though. Like, I don't mind them combining the two. And where they go from there, you know, it depends on us showing up and showing out. That's all at that point, you know. And at the end of the day, you're not promised a sequel anyway. So, hey, we just going to see what happens when a movie comes out.
Set in the year 1998, the same year Resident Evil 2 was released for PlayStation. This makes sense since McDonough and Gao's character William Birkin and Ada Wong were prominently featured in the second game. The official Sony Pictures releasing logline focuses mostly on its setting, reading, "Once the booming home of pharmaceutical giant Umbrella Corporation, Raccoon City is now a dying Midwestern town. The company's exodus left the city a wasteland with great evil brewing below the surface." The tagline continues on to say, "When that evil is unleashed, the townspeople are forever changed, and a small group of survivors must work together to uncover the truth behind Umbrella and make it through the night." But while we may lack details about the exact plot and how closely or not it might follow those of the games, we do know what the film is setting out to do with its tone. As Robert said in a featurette,
Welcome to Raccoon City is a very faithful adaptation of the Resident Evil games. This is where it all started.
Sounds just like 1998. How terrifying. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more loop.
And the tone of the movie, I dig it. Like, I'm right on board with it. Like from the Nightmare trailer, the Nightmare. If you have not seen the Nightmare trailer, that right there pretty much sets the tone of how the movie is actually going to be. Not the first trailer. Check out the Nightmare trailer, and you can hear bones cracking. You can see like jump scares and all that stuff. That's what I'm expecting from this Resident Evil movie when it comes out. I'm gonna be seeing it the first day it comes out in theaters. I'm gonna see if a couple of my friends are gonna go to see it. If they don't want to go see it, hey, I just go see it by myself. I've done it a couple times, and I've really enjoyed movies sometimes too. And we just got to see how this is portrayed. I'm hoping that there is like a mid-credit or end-credit scene that steers into either Resident Evil 3 or Code Veronica. Hopefully they don't kill off main characters. That's all I'm saying. Don't kill off main characters that's leading into other, Resident Evil series of the movies like Resident Evil 3 and everything. Like don't go ahead and kill off Jill for whatever reason, because you're gonna make a lot of people upset if that happens. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but movies sometimes they be steering stuff in the wrong direction and it just upsets people. So, but without further ado, man, if y'all like my reaction to this, post comments down below, like and share with all your friends. Subscribe to this channel for more reaction videos. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. J Anchor on it down for 100,000 subscribers, and J Anchor is out.